NewsBiscuit. Real fake news.
Welcome to NewsBiscuit, the UK's original fake news. NewsBiscuit, the only conspiracy theory that makes sense. I'm your host, Wrenfoe, and I'm joined by the two proofreaders behind Donald Trump's UN speech. Ian Searle.
Hello.
And SparklyBob.
Hello.
This month sees paracetamol controversy cause headaches. YouTube content creators contribute 2.2 billion to the UK economy, but only 5 minutes of watchable material. And Charlie Kirk's memorial service is nominated for an Oscar. Did anyone watch it?
No.
I saw bits of it. I mean, God. It's
Very strange. Yeah. Very strange. And there's all sorts of conspiracy theories surrounding this guy's death. And I did hear one floated that somehow his wife was slightly implicated in it. And I'm kind of, in my head, I utterly dismissed this sort of stuff straight away until I saw the memorial service and saw how she was behaving. And I was like, damn, I now think she killed him. Because she was doing all the kind of fake crying stuff. I mean, if it was a movie, it's so signaled that she's the villain and that she's in on it. Maybe that she's just a bit sort of strange because I think she was a Donald Trump beauty pageant girl.
Cut and dry,
back in the day. Yeah. So,
well, you'd have to be a bit strange to stand there, do the bit. I mean, it was very nice. You know, she sort of says, I forgive them and all things like this. But then to hear Trump speak, I mean, at some point, surely you're going, what are you talking about? Like, what, am I in a fever dream? Am I dreamt like I thought I was at something else, but this seems to be a campaign rally. What am I doing?
Yeah, what would you do actually if you're, I don't know, if you're some sort of artist or a stand-up comedian, for example, and Donald Trump is on the bill with you? Do you want to go before him or do you want to go after him? I don't know. What's better?
Definitely after, because there would be so much fodder there for you to just riff for the rest of your life, wouldn't it?
They wouldn't take the fact you're coming on after him as some kind of endorsement of what he just said.
I think I'd have to go before, because I think I'd be so like, if that speech he did at the UN was ended to go by, all the thing he said about Tylenol, you just are like, what? I think I'd just come out and go, I don't know what to say. Like, that's completely occupying my brain. If he was in a care home and said that exact same thing, someone would be going, yes, dear.
All those UN representatives, they were all sitting there sort of stony face, weren't they? Because last time he gave a big speech there, they all kind of laughed at him, and I was looking at them going, you're not laughing now, are you?
It's stream of consciousness stuff, isn't it? I mean,
James Joyce would have been happy with it, I feel. Yeah. There's something quite postmodern about the way Trump approaches language. None of these words have meaning. I can put them in any order I like.
But then is it his like, is he actually doing some sort of drinking dare? And every speech is. So they're like, you can't get this word in the speech. And he's like, watch me.
So, not only will I start with that word, I'll just repeat it 12 times in a row in a nonsensical fashion. Yeah.
Again, it's not even, it's on another level even beyond that. It's, you're not going to be able to get this policy passed. Just watch me.
Hold my bit.
Yes, all those behind the scenes, as soon as he walks off, there's people just paying him money for the bets that they've lost.
Or drinking shots.
Yeah, I'll take shots, yeah.
And to be honest, once he's finished, you need to be drinking shots.
It's like seeing a shark, but in a china shop. So it's not even a bull in a china shop, it's a shark. So your brain can't compute. Meanwhile, the shark is thrashing around and everything's getting smashed. It's 10 years after the event. You go, oh, yeah, now this is how I would have reacted. But you go, that's 10 years too late, dude.
You know what's really weird is, and this is very topical. I was watching something about World War II and Neville Chamberlain.
Oh, don't do spoilers. Don't do spoilers. Don't tell me who won. I don't want to know.
But it's the thing of it's one of those documentaries where I actually interviewed people who were working with them at the time and stuff. It was back in the early 70s. And they were saying how he really honestly thought that Hitler, he didn't have this big following. It was that kind of, it wasn't this massive groundswell of actually support, which actually had happened. It was only a few. And it's kind of like, that seems to be the same thing, that they kind of think, oh, but anyone rational doesn't believe this, doesn't believe Farage, doesn't believe Trump.
And I think as Keir Starmer is discovering, you should never underestimate how much people hate you and that will motivate them to vote for the other guy.
Frightening me. The journey to work is getting overpopulated with flags. They're putting them on on street lamps and things now, and I'm just very, very disappointed. If there are that many flags hanging on street lamps, I want to see a carnival or a parade or something.
Yeah.
I, however, had the foresight to buy shares in the Union Jack, and I am raking it in right now. It's just what happened to all the football hooligans. I mean, that is kind of it. They are that demographic. They're the people who were football hooligans. They were told no longer they couldn't go to football and get drunk and do cocaine and punch people. So this is their next outlet. You know, if you gave them a gladiatorial pit, they would use that instead.
But really what you're saying is what we need is some outreach to kind of move that they've sort of moved to the football pitches, moved to flags. It's a very short step into Morris dancing. Like, if we could just do a bit of outreach work, get them to say, look, you still get to have sticks. Do we hit people? No.
You do, but it's more control.
Yeah,
Yes.
and there's some bells, so it's a little bit...
Yeah.
But there's loads of flags, and you get to wear masks and all sorts of stuff like that. It's really good.
You can do blackface and nobody minds.
Yeah. Yeah.
The novels of Terry Pratchett. I don't know if you've ever read any of them, and they have quite a violent team of Morris dancers in that. And
is that the Dark Morris?
Yeah.
Cover note on it, which I always loved. It said it's all there up to that last final lingering note that tells you it's safe to come out of the pub again. So there was that final note on the accordion when they finished, and then you know it's over.
God, we've gone off on. Sorry, I keep forgetting that we've got to do this NewsBiscuit podcast.
But the other thing is actually for the Morris dancing thing, you know what? I reckon that would really take the tension out as well. If you started playing Morris, if you basically had a Morris dance like music, like the little like that, just turned up at any of those marches, I mean, suddenly it doesn't seem quite so serious now.
No, it doesn't.
It's a bit harder to kind of start smashing a like telephone box in or whatever like that. You know what I mean?
It would disperse the crowds.
It completely would disperse the crowds.
It would have the same effect as playing classical music outside the co-op to stop the teenagers congregating.
100%. Yeah, you can't play classical music because if you go a bit pomp and circumstances, that's it. You've started a civil war. Like, they're off.
This long-winded introduction brings us to our first round news in brief, where a panel select their favourite headlines. SparklyBob, what have you got?
So, US government sceptical as science links fake tan to narcissism. Teenager refuses to recognise his bedroom as a state. Man being chased by taxidermist regrets playing dead. Starmer reflects that as PM, you're very much a sausage to fortune. That really made me laugh.
That is still one of the best kind of misspoken moment when he sincerely looked at camera. I was talking about the hostages and just talked about sausages.
Guess who hadn't had his breakfast? I mean, we've all been there. It's amazing. It's still like the best best bit. I feel really sorry for him because that's TV blunders in like 30 years time.
Yes.
Bad luck, mate.
He may be bringing in a digital ID card that everyone's going to absolutely hate him for, but yeah, he's more likely to be remembered for sausages. Him and what was it? That dog, Spit the dog. Was it? He used to go sausages.
Oh no, it was a dog on That's Life with Esther.
That was it.
Oh yes.
Right then, Ian, what have you got?
Mandelson pals all realised they weren't his best pal.
Yes, isn't it? It's you hear sort of 7 degrees of sort of Kevin syphilis, isn't it? Where everyone is slightly distancing themselves first from Epstein and now from Mandelson, and yet we've all got photographs to prove that everyone's sort of all very pally and best mates. Is it Trevor Phillips, the guy who presents something on the BBC? Yeah, he was sort of he did distance himself from Mandelson in the end because he just had to turn around and admit that Mandelson had been the best man at his wedding. He just had to like firm it and goes, yeah, all right, he is a friend.
That's a very loose definition of best man, I would have said there.
Mandelson protests he only befriended wealthy paedophiles.
Yes, a great defence. I mean, he is an horrendous worm of an individual, been deeply unpleasant for decades now. So I don't think anyone is shedding many a tear for him to be getting a bit of a comeuppance now. The only thing that's slightly bizarre is, again, all this information was out there in the public domain for years, and the newspapers have just sat on it and sat on it and sat on it, and now they've gone, but now it's useful for us to make a big song and dance about
I mean,
it.
there's essentially it's like we're starting up some preschool stuff, and we've got a really good guy to run it. He's the child catcher from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. He's got a bad rap. You know, we know there's some stories, but we reckon he's fine. Like, look at him. I mean, actually, to be honest, he looks like that.
And then 20 years later, when someone does raise it again, you're like, oh, well, we never knew. Never you said.
I don't think the name gave us any hint that that was going to be a problem. He wasn't in Sunshine before, was he? So you're kind of, I don't know how you thought this was going to play out later on. Like, very peculiar.
Was he referred to as the Prince of Darkness?
It was.
Yes,
It was him.
He was. I just think if that's your nickname, maybe just go, we're not going to bring him out into the public domain again. I don't think. No, I don't think we are. No, that's kind of.
It's hubris, isn't it, on his part that,
Yeah.
you know, he gets involved in these big scandals. He never really has to do huge consequences. I mean, he resigns a lot, but, you know, he doesn't take a huge hit. He's still sitting on like millions of quid and what have you. Most of us would have the good grace to go, well, I kind of got away with just a rap over the knuckles. I'm going to just keep quiet. I'm going to keep my head down. But no. Every couple of years, he's like, well, yes, pick me to be belle of the ball. And you're like, well.
But then that's kind of quite a common theme, isn't it? When you kind of hear of, like, I don't know, TV presenters and stuff like that they give really massive jobs to, and then it turns out, surprise, surprise, they're really nasty pieces of work. And in fact, they've got loads of skeletons in the cupboard.
Yeah.
I think if I had a lot of skeletons in the cupboard, I would be going, which I hadn't been prosecuted for or like accused of a crime. I think I would be going, do I want to put my neck out there? Shall I? I've got away with it so far. Like, oh, I know, I'll go in front of a big like TV program or something like that. Then be really unpleasant to loads of people. So I won't even carry on the charade. I'll be unpleasant to people, and then it comes out.
And is this the ultimate act of hubris or a sign of the apocalypse that they're now talking about Tony Blair becoming effectively king of Palestine? I mean, is there anyone who's committed more war crimes in the Middle East? I mean, apart from Netanyahu, is there anyone else other than Tony Blair? He's got to be in the top 5, hasn't he? And yet he's like, I'm going back to the scene of the crime.
They asked for this, and they've gone, oh, yeah, okay. But you have to be out there, and you have to be in either a hospital or a school. You'll be perfectly safe.
His security is going to have to be fantastic because everyone will be taking a pop at him.
The British taxpayer pays around about £1 million a year for his security since he stopped being Prime Minister. We don't pay anywhere near that amount for any other Prime Ministers because I don't think anyone wants to kill them, which is interesting. That in itself is quite telling. But yeah, to Ian's point, they're going to have to ramp it up and then some, really.
Or just say you're on your own. I mean, what do they pay for Liz Truss? 50p? Like, because people are like, sorry, who? Sorry, you were, wait? Oh my goodness.
Yes, yeah, no one remembers her as Prime Minister.
Was that lettuce in your cabinet? Was that who you...
BBC pledges to end the use of Roman numerals by the end of MMXXV1X. French snatch British world record, achieving 5 prime ministers in just 2 years.
Saying that, I think we're going to get it back, that record.
Yeah.
I get a feeling.
Snowdon Mountain Railway scraps peak fares. And Harry won't see his father, but he will meet the king.
Did you see? I actually genuinely felt quite sorry for her. Although maybe I shouldn't. I know Sarah Ferguson, because she was there at the kind of the royal gathering, and she was slightly in the background, as is always with these things. Yeah. And you could see her sort of popping her head, going, "Oh, this is nice. I haven't been to one of these things in a while. Everything must be fine for me now to be in public." And of course, like a day later, she's linked to the Epstein stuff, and then it's completely cancelled again. And it's just like, oh dear, sorry.
Did you see that the king has said that there can be no half in, half out with the royal family, referring to Harry and Meghan? And I was thinking he ought to take a card out of the pack the government are using and use this one in, one out. So Harry and Meghan can come back, but Andrew and Sarah have to go.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I think we'd all take that right now.
I thought you were going to say they're saying this half in, half out because they're really taking like the hokey cokey approach.
Our next round is True Biscuit, where a panel has to guess which is a real headline and which is a fake one. Ian, if it's okay, we'll start with you.
Camelot urged to produce thinner lottery winners.
They don't seem to do it as much, do they? Well, I suppose when it first came out, you used to always get like it was always a big thing in the photos, large outsized checks. I feel sorry for outsized check companies. They don't really get as much work at all anymore.
No.
And now you don't seem to get as many. Have people kind of gone, you know what, I don't want to advertise to my neighbours that I've actually won loads of money because strangely enough, it doesn't bring out the best in people.
It's not the neighbours you don't want to advertise, it's the relatives.
Yes, yeah.
I don't want them realising. They'll be round, cap in hand.
What was that? What was the guy's name? The one who reads the balls. They used to do the thing. And
Alan Dedica.
Yes, they used to release the balls into thing, and there used to be like different sets of balls, and they had different.
Hold on, this is the FA Cup draw. Are we conflating
No, but
the two?
it is. And then they used to have different machines, like Genevieve or something like that. It was like, it's this ball that we're using machine Genevieve tonight, and then they used to read them out. But I don't think.
And you tell that to the young kids today, and they won't believe you. Yeah, okay. So chubby winners, though. Back to chubby winners. What's wrong with chubby winners? So as well, yeah, from my experience, fat people are much happier than doer skinny people. I want someone smiling with a check. I don't want someone looking all sort of shriveled and mean.
Yeah, but a senior Treasury Minister said if winners appear overweight and undereducated, people might somehow get the impression that the lottery is simply a tax on poor and stupid people.
I can't think this is true. I
mean, how would you rig it so that only skinny people won?
Yeah.
Are the tickets really high up so they couldn't jump to get it, or
hurdle course? Put
it under a load of buns so the people are too busy eating the buns. They don't know. I mean, yeah, wait. I hope it's not true, because as someone who's still carrying a couple extra pounds from COVID, I don't buy a ticket, and so my chances are slim. But at least if I'm a bit on podgy side, I think perhaps there's a chance I could find one on the streets. It could just I couldn't obviously run to catch it because I'm because of fitness. Ian, is this true or false?
NewsBiscuit, I'm afraid.
NewsBiscuit.
Fat shaming as always. Barclay, what about you?
So, woman addicted to eating her own hair has a giant hairball with tail removed from her stomach. She was found to be suffering from the rare Rapunzel syndrome.
Okay, sorry. There's a lot there. There's a lot. All right. She had a fur ball. A
giant hairball with tail.
What's with tail? What's the tail bit?
It's a giant hairball with tail. It's just basically it's found lodged in her digestive tract with a small tail of hair trailing into her intestines.
Oh, okay.
And a second hairball nestled deeper in her bowel. And she was found to be suffering from Rapunzel syndrome.
Is that what Rapunzel did? She ate her hair. I don't remember this.
No, just a lot of hair. So maybe.
So it's kind of Rapunzel, let down your hair. No, I can't. I'm eating it. Yeah. She vomits it up. Yeah. Furball style.
Although, when you think about it, if she's locked in this tower with no doors and can't
food, maybe
where's she going to get food?
Yeah.
Oh God, it's really bleak, isn't it?
Your hair.
It's a lot of these grim fairy stories. They're based on something much nastier. Story. Someone forced to eat their own hair.
Is hair not made up of protein? Isn't it? Not that I'd want to tuck into a bowl of it, but I think
Ian, you are follically challenged. The viewers at home don't know this, but I don't think you're the expert on what hair tastes like.
Yeah. It doesn't say it's hair on your head. Could be hair from other places.
I'm sure I have seen people who do just idly while they're thinking about things, pull their hair around and just start tucking it in their mouth.
I've seen people suck their hair. I've just never seen someone swallow afterwards.
But have you ever met Rapunzel? No, you haven't. It's the way the Disney cartoon could have gone. A bit harder to think of rhymes to go with furball for a song, but it's not.
So at what point did it become problematical for her, the furball? I mean, did she get ill off it, or?
Yeah, I mean, basically, she suffered dramatic weight loss, losing 15 pounds, and lost her appetite because her stomach was full of hair. But that's the only minor. I mean, this is the difference to a weight loss jab. They're not suggesting this, are they? But they could do. Fill your stomach full of hair, you'll lose your appetite for everything else, and the pounds will fall off, as will your hair.
It's the opposite of having a band put on, isn't it? Instead of reducing the size of your stomach, you're filling it with something else.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd like to know, being in the room when she went to see the doctor about kind of her stomach problems and losing weight, and he'd be going like, "Oh, is there anything you've done recently or anything?" And she's sort of going, "No. And you don't do anything weird, do you?" And she's like, "No."
How do you mean? No. No, it must be that she's literally either, yeah, she's completely denial knowledge, and then they've gone, let's take you for like a CT scan or an X-ray, and then go, what the hell is that? What's that? It's the, what have
Oh,
you
the
been
hair
eating?
eating. Oh, yeah, I eat hair. Doesn't everyone eat
Everyone, yeah,
hair?
everyone eats hair. I can't believe, I've been
Yeah.
trapped in a tower. Like, what am I supposed to do? I've got nothing else.
Would it even show up though? Hair.
It
I
must
mean,
be a
the
ball.
X-rays of
It'd be
people.
like the Fatberg thing, wouldn't it? Surely they'd see a massive, massive thing, a
darkness.
mass, and go, "What's that?" Because that
Have
should.
you been
Yeah,
eating
but-
wet wipes?
But maybe that with that
Yeah.
thing, it's just a dark thing. They don't know what it is. They panic. They go, "Oh, it's a tumor or something," and they get
Yeah.
top surgeons in. Put a load of other people's operations on hold, and they get in. And he's a love and fur.
Oh my god! It's like must be like being at the vets when the dog's at a sock or something, and they're like, "What the hell? For God's sake, I've been eating bloody socks again." That's what it is. Yeah.
I'm sure I've seen online somewhere a dog that ate a rape alarm, and
Oh
there-
God!
I think there was a video of it finally emerging, still flashing red and
Oh.
warning lights and things.
I feel sorry for this poor owner who'd been attacked,
Yeah.
and her one chance to get his help was to. I'll press the alarm. Don't worry, and the dog will save me. No, the dog's eating the alarm. That's the worst of all worlds.
Based on the evidence presented, I'm going to go with true.
It is true.
Ugh.
Yeah, apparently only ever documented 88 times in medical literature, but yeah, this unnamed woman rushed into her surgery.
Sorry,
Nice.
documented
Addicted to pulling it
88
out.
times, you say?
Yeah, 88 times they've known people who've done this.
Wow.
And it's 15 centimeters. And what was really lovely is they had pictures
Ooh.
mid-surgery. Bleh, bleh, bleh. Disgusting. Yuck, yuck, yuck.
Wow.
Yeah, if you've ever had one single hair on your dinner, you know how horrendous that is.
Yeah, well, you're like, and it's in your mouth somewhere or something like that, and you're trying to get it out, or it's almost gone down your throat. It's disgusting. How has she gone? Oh, that's so tasty. That adds a certain soupçon to my meal.
Ian, have you got another?
An Idaho man took 96 hits to the face with wet sponges in a single minute, recapturing an unusual Guinness World Record title in the process.
Right, okay. So how many sponges did face? 50?
96.
96. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
sorry, 96 sponges.
That's
96
almost like a Siri. Give me an example to show that some people in the human race have too much time on their hands.
And it's a world record. So presumably someone had 95 sponges to the face and 94 and 93
So sorry, how many did he have? 90?
96.
in a minute. All thrown by the same person or multiple people. I could break that record having
One
100 people
person.
around me throw one each at the same time.
Yes.
I've done it in a second.
One person throwing, one person receiving.
I think the person throwing is the person who should be in the record book.
Yes, I do. I think that's really hard to throw.
96 times in a row. Yeah.
And hit them. And
To be
hit
the
them.
one hit,
Easy.
you're doing the minimal amount of work there.
Yeah.
That's not you. You haven't done anything special.
No, I
The
think
person, the
that's harder.
thrower is the person. Yeah, this is
Yeah.
outrageous. Where's my phone? I'm calling Guinness now.
Electric complaint.
Someone run the 100 meters under 9 seconds, and I took the credit because I fired the starting pistol. It's just like, no, he's doing the work. He's done the run.
Couple of extra bits of information.
Go on.
So Dave, record breaker Rush. and
Was that his name beforehand?
I don't think so.
Because that's
Well,
suspicious in itself.
No, it might be. It might be because and frequent collaborator Jonathan Hollywood Hannon previously held the record for the most wet sponges thrown in 1 minute, team of 2, with a total of 92. But they were later beaten by another team who managed 93.
For a second, I thought you were just going to tell me it's the same two guys perpetually breaking their own
No,
record.
they,
And then at that point, is it really a thing?
they were ousted. The real
Ousted.
challenge, he said, I need to keep my eyes open to track the sponge to make the micro adjustments. So presumably he's doing a bit of work there. You're right.
Slightly
doing the
bobbing and
throwing.
weaving.
Yeah, he's catching them with his face, but you have to stop them a split second before the scratchy side smacks me in the eyeball. So
Ow.
he's not using sponges, is he? He's using scourers.
Why would you do that? Let's add an element of jeopardy to it. We should just use normal sponges because that's the actual record. But we're gonna add this like really.
Look, SparklyBob, I don't make the rules. This is how it rolls.
Oh, Rush, who personally holds more than 181 Guinness Book of Records.
Ah, hence
Oh.
the
The latest
name.
achievement marked his 47th jointly with Hollywood Hannon.
So hold
Right,
on.
sorry, can
If
I put my joke in now of Siri? Show me. People have too much time on that.
so,
47 records.
so if he's got this cool kind of world record nickname because he's done so many world records,
Yeah.
has his other mate Hollywood made a load of movies?
Also, at what point are the Guinness World Book of Records going, okay, you can have a record in that? Because could I have stood in the garden and got one of my kids to throw a sponge in my face once and gone, I'm in. I've got the record. It's a new record. I know
No one else has done this. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what point do they go, okay, that's quite impressive?
You're right. There must be someone who sort of adjudicates at Guinness, to stony-faced, bored-looking person
Yeah.
who works there, and you have to go to him and say something. And if he goes, "Oh, actually, that is a thing," then you're in the
Yeah,
book.
because it has to be an element. I mean, obviously, this guy's saying there's an element of skill to avoid the scourer and micro move. But yeah, there must be a bit where they kind of go, "Oh, that's impressive. That's a thing." I didn't know people could do that. I didn't know people could do that many times, like in a row.
Yes, it's
at a
like
certain
slamming
time.
your own genitals in a car door. I don't think people have done it more than once. Why would you? But if I did it twice, do I get into the Guinness Book of
Yeah.
Records? Because
What's the standard?
If you did, you wouldn't get on Roy Castle's record breakers.
No.
I don't think he would have been.
It seemed like there was a bit more skill involved of like kicking a football into a goal for so many times or something like that from how many yards away.
How far? I meant to ask. From how far are they throwing the sponges?
Right next to him, an inch away. Do.
Yeah, I don't have those
He's basically
details, I'm
washing his
afraid.
face. It's not even. There's no distance at all.
I think it's an inch away. I think suddenly.
But that's it. Back to the point is, an inch away, unimpressive. Other side of a football pitch.
Very
oh my
impressive.
God.
Yeah.
You hit him
Yeah.
96.
Yeah.
And then you could genuinely imagine the person who's getting hit is really having to do a lot of movement because
Yeah.
a sponge flying 30 yards, 40 yards. Yeah, there's going to be, yeah.
But what happens if people got obsessed with this and sort of said, oh, say he did it from like 10 yards away or something like that. But then someone comes on and goes, oh, well, I'm going to do it from 12 yards away and do that impressive. And then they're 15. And then like suddenly the Guinness World Book of Records is literally a whole page.
Is
It's
like,
loads of sponges to faces, but in different.
It's like when Michael
holes.
Phelps won all those medals for swimming.
Yeah.
It was all just in different types of swimming. And
Yeah.
that didn't really seem impressive. If he got out and did suddenly did pole vaulting as well, you go, oh, fair play. That's a whole extra sport. But you're like your 100 meters swimming, your 110 meters swimming, your 120. You're just swimming.
Actually, he could have done them all at the same time, couldn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He played his cards
Ah, the
right.
middleman. Yeah.
Sparkly, is this a true thing?
I don't know.
And will
'cause
you
it's
be
like,
will you be
there's-
breaking the record tonight?
Yeah. I mean, I'm 100%. I've always wanted to get my name in that. I mean, also though, it just seems like a lot. I mean, maybe they weren't very far away from each other. Because I just think, how are you managing to do that? How are you managing to throw?
You're throwing with two hands. You're going one hand, two hands. It's a constant motion of hand stuff.
So you'd have to have two buckets.
Yeah.
Look at you working out the logistics.
I wonder if
And
it's
I
true.
presume you're having people collecting them and recycling them, unless you've got 96 sponges to
Oh,
have.
imagine the wealth owning 96 sponges.
Yeah.
We can only imagine that level of kind of
Maybe
financial
it's
backing.
false. No, nobody's that wealthy to have 96 sponges, scourer sponges.
Not in Keir Starmer's Britain, we're not.
No, in the scratchy bit. I just like the fact that there's a scratchy side. It's like, which side do you want me to throw? Is the one with the razor blades embedded, or do you want me to do the soft side? Oh, true.
It is true.
Oh
Excellent.
my
It
god.
is true. From United Press in August 28. That is the 28th.
That's in the
of
future.
Wow.
Wow.
Year 28.
Yeah, you
Actually, I
heard it
don't
here
know what
first,
year it
guys.
Yeah.
NewsBiscuit telling you the records that are going to fall.
Clicking Amazon, order 99 sponges. Right, okay, my
last one.
Right, campaign to change the name of fire ants to Spicy Boys gathers pace.
was.
Brilliant. That's just brilliant, full stop. Spicy boys.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes and yes. I don't care if it's true or false. I want this. Can we rebrand lots of other animals like that? Because that's just cool.
You're now trying to think of some other animals,
Well,
aren't you?
rhinos, you're like the horny lads. It's that kind of... Spicy Boys.
Spicy Boys.
They'll have a little swagger. Even if they haven't, I'd imagine they'd have a little swagger with a name like that.
Well, so basically, they're saying like the fire ant's a common name for several species.
Why are they called fire ants then? Is it because they are hot to eat?
No, I should imagine it's because it's stingy
Sting,
when they
yeah.
bite you.
Oh.
Stingy.
Or it could be because they're the target of young children with magnifying glasses on sunny days.
Yeah.
But
And
Spicy
memory.
Boys, that does evoke kind
Spicy
of a
Boys.
sense of, I just think like strippers, male strippers. I don't know why.
Again, a little bit spicy,
Yeah.
aren't they?
They
Oh,
don't
it's
seem
getting a little bit
dangerous.
spicy.
They don't seem dangerous. They seem a bit more sexual. What I'm saying. I don't know if that's what the image they want to project. I mean, if you were at a hen party and heard the Spicy Boys are turning up, you'd be going, "Oh, this is great." A dragon's going to be rebranded as Spicy Lizards. Anyone who's got like a fire-related thing, the fire brigade itself, the Spicy Brigade.
Yeah, fireflies become spicy flies. I mean, it might improve the menu for I'm a Celebrity. You know what we're having? Oh, we're having some beans and rice, but we're topping it off with some Spicy Boys.
Spicy Boys. Oh, it's just quite funny as
with that,
well,
I
isn't
think
it?
the Spicy Boys are joining me for the meal. They're not going to be part of the meal. I think they're coming.
Just thinking, what is it? Giraffes, long neck geezers.
Somewhere Louis Walsh though is like gnashing his teeth that he didn't think of that as a name for a boy band. He's like, damn it, we could have. Oh,
I'm going to go NewsBiscuit with this one.
It's true.
it doesn't seem like a thing sensible scientists would do.
No.
It sounds like so it does sound like something the British public would do.
Yeah.
In terms of naming something. What's the thing we were naming the other day? We've been asked to name. Oh bollocks! I can't remember it. It's a real funny one. It's like a Boaty McBoatface. What have we
Oh, I
done? It's
love
another
Boaty
thing that we've been
McBoatface.
asked to do.
The trains that they send out to sweep the leaves off the
Yes,
rail.
yes. What have they gone with? They've gone for.
I know this wasn't it because when I was told the story, I said I'd have gone with Prue Leaf
That's good.
or Leif Erikson, but no one in the room knew who Leif Erikson was. So
No, I've got the short list. Leaf Full Weapon.
Oh, yeah.
Good. Pulp Friction.
Oh.
The Autumn Avenger.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, it is good. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
Control Alt Delete.
Well
Yeah.
done. Well done.
Oh, just imagine though, when you're in a playground. Look, Jeremy's covered in Spicy Boys. I just lovely to say something
Spicy
like that.
Boys off me. Get them off me. They're biting, they're biting.
I got
I've got a
Spicy Boys in
boy
my
on
pants.
trousers. Yeah.
Finally, we reached the magic 8 ball. Each of our guests is going to give us their predictions for next month's news.
Second runway at Gatwick Airport ensures it can increase the number of passengers delayed by cyber attack.
With Jimmy Kimmel returning to the air, Trump sets his sights at other Disney personnel, saying, "You know what? Goofy has always looked at me funny."
And that brings us to the end of this episode. And I can reveal this month's winner is in fact Schrodinger's Jimmy Kimmel, who is simultaneously cancelled and yet still all over the TV. And I'd like to thank SparklyBob
Thanks.
and Ian Searle.
Thank you.
And I leave you with these headlines. Hedgehog Hospital faces spike in demand. Abseiler lets himself down while learning the ropes. And Keir Starmer finally finds something less popular than him. Digital IDs.
You've been listening to NewsBiscuit, free to read and free to write for. We accept submissions from any budding satirist, young or old. Visit newsbiscuit.com to submit headlines, stories, and to support new writers.
NewsBiscuit. Real fake news.
Calomile, which I know is lovely and it's good for you and helps you sleep and all the rest of it, but it tastes like sheep dip.
You should stop drinking sheep dip. Ian. Yeah, my youngest son always, whenever he doesn't like something, he always goes, "Oh, it tastes of arse." But yeah, we says it so often. We're like, "How much arse are you tasting that you've got this kind of
Recognise it.
comparison?" You know, Starmer's obviously got the lowest poll rating of any prime minister since Vlad the Impaler, right? No way, if you any a prime minister at that level, would you bring in digital ID cards?
Funny though, because surely that's this isn't particularly funny. I'm saying it's
No, this is going to make into podcasts. None of this is
isn't
funny.
it weird? But then you think, but we had national insurance cards, which all we had. So you actually have had the ability to kind of go. You need to show a national insurance. I know they don't actually give them now. You just get the numbers.
Yeah.
But when
Mine's
we
sitting in my
did
drawer.
get them.
I still got mine.
Yeah, I've still got mine.
No, but you're right. You
Never
don't
had
have
one.
them now. Yeah,
I don't know if I'm just so very old that they
You are
haven't
so
been-
very old, Ian. No, that is right. In the
I
sentence.
never had one, and everyone else has them, and I feel slightly left out by that. So I'd be welcoming the digital ID because at least I get some of it.
Hold
you
on,
know.
is this the episode where Ian discovers he's not a citizen? And we have to deport him.
Yeah.
It's our duty, Ian. I'm sorry. It's what the Prime Minister would have wanted.
But all this data stuff as well, I do question how useful some of that data is because, for example, Tesco every week offers me dog food and I haven't got a dog. So why it thinks I would want one, I'm not sure. And
How do you know till you taste it, Ian? It's
Well,
like
yeah.
my son and arse. You know,
Yeah.
until you've tasted that sweet arse, how do you know?
you know, I didn't say that these were things that I'd tried to write jokes about. So I'd been Googling.
Ah, yeah,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
looking for background information or funny words or something like that. But now, somewhere on the internet, it says I'm into asphyxiation or, all sorts of really grim
See,
stuff.
again, I'm editing that little phrase out, Ian, and we're leading the podcast with it. No
I'm in.
context.
Yeah.